Let's see. Try not to block your all's view, but while also still making myself, audible. Am I gonna get the notification? Nope. There we go. Okay. This is not the best setup for this, but I'm trying. Let's see. I'm sure Patrick and Courtney are going, "What the heck is he doing?" They probably said it exactly like that, too. Oh, yeah, that's nice. You can kind of see the cards then. Well, welcome. We are the Wayward Inquisition. Chamberlain Jonas here on a chilly Monday night. Winter is coming in. Not sure how I feel about it. I generally prefer the heat over the cold. I can handle that better. But yeah, hope everybody's doing good. Let me disrobe here. Ooh. Okay, got my mic right there. So I learned about Scoundrel just by a random YouTube recommendation. Okay, yes, I'm quiet because I turned my volume down. That makes sense. I don't want to like double hear myself. That'd be weird. But you take a normal 84 card deck. Nah, it's not 84. It's 52. And you take out all of the. See, you should be able to see it on that camera. Oh, this is fancy. I feel so fancy tonight. You take out all the red face cards, including the aces. You're technically supposed to also take out the jokers, but I left them in. I'm going to use them as a nat 20. Oh, speaking of, borrowing dice so I don't have to get up. You need something to keep track of your health with. Yeah, we'll go with this one. You start off with 20 health. You can't go above that. You can definitely go below it. But you don't have to use a die. You could use pencil and paper, a calculator. Do people still use calculators? I mean, besides the calculator app on your phone, but, I mean like a legit calculator. I'm sure people still use them, right? I'm not that old. Right? Anywho, so you get your deck, you shuffle it all up nice and neat. And then you draw 4 cards from the top. Uh-oh. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Maybe I can scoot that down some, just a smidgen. Get it more into your all's view. So there will always be 4 cards here. That makes the dungeon. Black cards are the monsters. hearts are potions, and then diamonds are weapons. That's your kind of your attack card, if you will. Let's see. Man, I got a shiny dome. Don't go bald. Okay, so yeah, got the cards out. And so with the 4 cards, you will only interact with 3 of them in a, I guess, in a round. And then when there's only like 1 card left, the guy in the video, he always scooted it to the side, and then you would put out 3 more, and then that would be your new dungeon room, you see? Pretty simple. And you know me, I like simple. All right. Hold on. I got our little space heater thing going, just making sure it's actually working. And of course, you don't have to have a scenario with your Scoundrel game, but I can't not RP, you know? That's the whole fun of things. Oh, mon ami. I'm going to switch off of browser YouTube so that I can go to the app YouTube so I can actually see comments and things, because I use the Brave browser and it blocks like every ad in existence. It's wonderful. There I am. And now I can see you all too, you know, metaphorically. So, the small squad of men go through the archway at Stonehenge as after the events of the Black Parade and stopping the demon army invasion into Earth, the ambient magic has reawakened Stonehenge's true purpose, which is a gateway portal system. This is lore accurate to Earth, by the way. I want you all to know. I cracked the code. I figured it out. The Marines go through the gateway, coming out onto the other side. They find themselves in a darkened museum. They are inside of a very well-polished stone structure. One of the men... Whoa, guys! It worked! It actually worked! This is nuts! Calm down, Ramirez. Stay frosty. We can't lose our head the first second we get here. That's right. Our tale follows Jethro Stein, the man, the myth, the legend. He honestly would be a myth to some people. That's crazy to think about. I'd actually... that's for another time. The small squad of Marines kind of disperses out through this museum. It's darkened. There's some lights on, but they quickly notice that it's like the emergency lights, not the normal just powered down state. Oh, hey, Jethro, what do you think's going on here? Looks like this place has been abandoned. It does. I don't like the look of this at all. But on the upside, wherever we are, they are civilized. They were savvy enough to build this mega structure and looks like, much like us, salvage history as best they can. As they wander through this ghostly museum, they hear a noise in the distance. Weapons hot. They go through Jethro in the front, of course. And as they go, Jethro has a pretty good lead ahead of his squadron, and he steps and the museum floor gives way. He falls down two floors worth. Big fall. He can take it, trust me. And he kind of hits a couple things on the way down. Ramirez shouts up from above, "Captain, you okay?" Scheisse. Yeah. Scout the area. Make sure we're secure first. I'll find a way back up. Don't worry about me. I'm pretty resilient. I know that to be true there, Captain. We'll see you on the other side. And as Jethro starts to make his way through this sub-basement of the museum, he's got his flashlight on, checks his gun. It's good. Not broken. He's not broken. And then he hears the gunfire up above. Ramirez, what's going on? Captain, they came. No, where? Too many. Damn it. And Jethro double times it, making his way up. And as he's going, something in the distance gets knocked over. He stops, whips around, pointing his gun and flashlight towards what had fallen over, some kind of, a couple mannequins. And then in the blackness, he hears the sound. He pumps his shotgun. He's a shotgun man. He's got a fireman's axe on his back. He is classic Jethro. He starts to kind of creep back towards where the sound came from, and then this is where the dungeon begins. So the black cards, I think I mentioned earlier, are the monsters. So we have the king, the king of clubs, and the 7 of spades here. So your options are, you can't go above 20 health. So I don't want to use these healing potions yet. And if I had a weapon, you would subtract that weapon's number from the monster that you're fighting, you see? So if I had a 10 of diamonds, the king would do 3 damage to me, because the king is 13? No. Let me quick math real quick. Jack would be 11. Queen, 12. Yeah, see? I know things. So you would take the 10 away from that, so I would receive 3 damage, but I would slay the beast, and obviously, if I had a 10, the 7 would do nothing to me. Since I don't, and then even if I did, you have the other option of what the video I watched, he called it fist fighting the monster. Since you don't have a weapon, since I don't have that card, but I don't like that for the RP. So, right off the bat, I'm taking a bunch of damage. This pale white gangly creature with small ear holes on the side, no nose, just kind of like this flat kind of serpentine nostrils, and yes, no eyeballs. It stalks out of the shadows. And then it turns its head towards Jethro and it runs towards him full speed. These things are quick. And it leaps at him. He fires a couple shots into it, but it pounces down onto him, slamming him to the floor, and bites him on the shoulder. He shoves it off, cracks it across the face with the butt of his gun. Headshot. So, I have defeated the king card, put that in the discard over here, and I'm going to take 13 damage because I have no weapon. 13. Wow. I can math sometimes. That's going to be 7, is that? That's the 7. Now, I'm going to not fight this other monster because that's 7, so I would instantly die. That's the nice thing about this game. You can kind of choose. That's kind of the strategy. You got to choose when to do what. So I'm going to use that 10 health potion right off the bat. Put me back up to 17. Once when I find it, there it is. Okay. As Jethro finishes off the one that tackled him, he hears another one coming up from behind, and he turns around, but he's not quick enough, and it's with its clawed hands, it slashes him across the chest, cutting through his ballista armor, drawing blood. He takes it, and he puts one into its chest. Another headshot. So, second monster gone. I take 7, so I am down to 10. So, this dungeon is cleared. We move that card over here. Ugh. Dang, what the heck are these things? I gotta get to my guys. And so he starts heading up this stairwell that he finds in kind of the back way, bypassing kind of the storage of the museum. As he goes through, there's statues of elves, but they have very Egyptian type garb on. There's like a mural of a very melanined elf in the similar Egyptian garb, standing triumphantly on top of dead orc bodies. And he goes past those, making his way up the steps. And then as he reaches the second floor, we will enter into our next dungeon. Okay, more health, and a monster. Deck, if you could give me a weapon, that would really be great. Or a attack card. That's what I'm gonna treat it as. Not so much a weapon, but as he gets to the top of the stairs, one of these creatures is up on the ceiling. So as he comes out of the little stairwell, it pounces down on him, stabbing him into the back shoulder blades. He reels back, headbutting it. It recoils off. He flips over and pumps 2 into its chest, and it falls down dead. I kind of got a little bit ahead of myself card-wise, but first I will use that 8. Get me back up to 18 health. And then deal with the monster, our 9. So I will take 9 damage from that. Whew. The one that I watched, his game was not this chaotic. I can math. 18 minus 9 is 9. Yay. Then I will use this 7. Get me back up to 16 health. Pretty good, pretty good. At least I'm staying healthy. This feels like it could go wrong in a single round. And after he puts the 2 into its chest, it falls down dead. Didn't really think about what their blood looks like, but we'll just say red. It's a fun little one-shot thing. Who cares? And it... Ooh, no. We're going to go with like a lime green. Fun fact, if you add colored blood to any kind of opponent, it makes them cooler and funner. So do it in your games and sessions. Give your creatures weird colored blood, because why does it always have to be red? Or a lot of times for like bug enemies, it's green. I was at the gaming conjunction Sunday over in Louisville, and ran a little one shot with 2 guys, and I had them fight a mind flayer, and when they wounded it, I had the mind flayer's blood be like a neon teal. I thought that was really cool. All right, so he has cleared this dungeon. We're going to move over here. Before I continue, obviously a way that you lose is you die. You can win the game. It's like if you get the deck low enough and you don't have enough cards to fill the dungeon, then that means you win. And then it went into some weird point system that I didn't understand at all, mostly because it's math. And no joke, when my older brother was born, he was the first. I'm pretty sure he sucked out all of the math genes from our parents, which explains why he is a math teacher. Honestly, he's probably a really good one too. I bet he nerds it up with his classes. But yeah, he really didn't leave any for me. And then by the time my younger brother came around, it had recharged. And so he got really good with math too. The younger one also still has hair. Finally. Oh boy. Apparently, when I shuffled this deck, I shuffled it to make myself suffer. So I drew 3 attack cards, and you can't hold on to them. So what happens, like, if I had the 8 equipped, then during that round, I would have to replace it with one of the 2 other attack cards that I have. Another option during a turn or round or whatever you want to call it is you can run away. which you just bundle all of them together, shove them to the bottom of the deck. So you could use that tactically. So, like in this case, it's almost like I would want to do that. So I would save these high attack cards for a later time potentially. Or, like, let's say I have 5 health. I lay out the next dungeon and it's like 2 queens and a king. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to run away from that one, shove them to the bottom, continue on. Now, the catch is you can't run away 2 dungeons in a row. You see? So it's like, once when you run, that next dungeon you get, it better be a good one. Yeah, the top of my head's cut off a little. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. It's just because I had that thing open. Sorry. Just looking at the technical side of things. Okay, well, I don't want to run from this. So we're just gonna, you know what? We'll go ahead and use the 2, get 2 health back. So that'll put me at 18, so pretty close to full health. And then we'll do, I mean, it really doesn't matter, so we'll just do the 9, and then I'll equip the 10, so that gets rid of that 9. The 8 comes over here. After Jethro deals with the crazy ghoul creature on this next floor, he takes stock of his things, checks his ammo, and continues onwards at a cautious but quickened pace as he hears more gunfire from up above, and he wants to get back to his men before all hope is lost. All right, got 2 monsters this time. As Jethro is going through this hallway in the underside of this museum, from 2 of the side rooms, 2 of these ghouls start to crawl out, and he's not having it. So he sheaths his shotgun. I know the correct term is holster your gun, but I said sheath because I can. This is America. And then he unhooks his axe, and so as he's running down the hallway as they're coming out, he kind of catches the first one by surprise and just cleaves its heads right off. So that 3 is dead. The second one turns, hearing the sound, and starts to charge towards him. It leaps. Jethro does kind of a little slide on his knees and brings the axe into its chest and rakes it down, and it falls to the ground behind him. And so I have a 10. 10 beats 10. If it meets, it beats. So I take no damage from that interaction. Praise the maker. Now, the downside. I now have to get rid of my 10. So, I actually should have done that a different way, but it's okay. It's just a 1 difference. That won't come back to haunt me. So I'm going to take the 8, because I want to keep my attack up as high as I can. Oh, goodness gracious. I really must not be a good shuffler, because both jokers were right on top of each other. That's great. That's just swell. All right. Well, as Jethro goes up, finding the next stairwell to head up to the next floor, the comms start to come in clearer. Does anybody hear me? Is anybody still alive? Hey, Captain, it's Ramirez. I can hear you. We're all pretty banged up. Edwards is gone. Mahoney's bleeding out. We don't know what the heck these things are. Just keep them at bay. Find a safe position. Hunker down. I'll be there. Just hang on. So as Jethro runs up through this museum, passing more bizarre artifacts, there's a great sword in a glass case, and it has kind of these blue glowing runes along the blade. Okay, we come across a monster, and so Jethro will engage it. He kind of catches it off guard, but these things are quick. So kind of as he's dealing a fatal blow, it digs its claws into his thigh. So 8 against 9, I will lose 1 health. That's fine. And yeah, I had intended the Jokers to be like a nat 20 thing. I didn't fully think through of how it would work. You know what? Let's be wild and crazy. We're sort of making this up as we go along. I wanted to tweak it a little bit because I kind of like the idea of the Jokers being in there as like a wild chance of you getting something good. So let's say you can use a Joker to replace your weapon, and it would be the highest weapon it could be, which would be 10. So first I will use this 7, replace the 8, and then use the Joker, replace the 7. That scoots down. Next dungeon. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you can see that pretty good. That's cool. This is working out really nice. And this is also really fun because it's intense because I don't know what's going to happen. So after making quick work of that one, getting wounded in the process, Jethro continues up finding this back stairwell. The door is locked, so he ends up breaking the handle off. Getting through, he makes it up to the main floor once again. He hears more gunfire coming from this back kind of corridor room. Ooh, excuse me, sorry. And starts making his way over there. As he does, charging out of a side hallway is one of these things. It sniffs the air and turns its eyeless face towards him, makes that awful kind of chittering, clicking sound, and starts coming towards him. But as it leaps, he uses his axe and just sidesteps, boom, cuts its head off. That 5 didn't stand a chance. Then we will use the 3 to put me back to full health. Oh, and I can't use the 4 because I'm already at full health. I will kind of do the same thing. Use this last Joker to replace that one, so I still keep a good attack power. Does that say XP? It does. Weird. And he starts rushing over to there. He rounds this bend and sees the hallway is just littered with bodies and blood of these creatures and his men. And he sees Ramirez is the last man standing. And as he's firing into one, another one comes up from behind and bites Ramirez in the neck, tearing it open and then biting in more to get to that sweet, sweet nectar that we call blood. And it's at that moment Jethro puts two and two together and realizes that these things are vampires. That's right, Courtney and Patrick. These are those things. Except for, I think I gave these ones ear holes and yours didn't? Yeah. Yeah, yours, the nose was both audio and smell, which was a really weird thing to do, but I did it because you can do that in D&D. And let's see what we encounter. Oh, these poor monsters. I got 3 creatures that Jethro encounters after seeing his squad mate meet his bitter end. Jethro roars, rushes in a blind fury, and just goes ham on these things with his axe. He rushes in, shoulder bumps one as it gets knocked up. He gets it in the gut, rakes it through, and then cuts its head off. The 3 is gone. The 4 starts to move in, and he throws his axe, and it hits it right in the noggin. It slumps over. The 4 is gone. I'm going to refer to them as numbers, if that's okay. Hopefully that won't throw you off too much. Because I don't want you to be like, oh, well, there's 8 of them? But, you can see the cards. I'm just doing the cinematics because I love it. And then the last one on Ramirez, let's go, turns to look at him. And then before it can react, its head just explodes from the shotgun blast. The room falls silent. Jethro rushes over to Ramirez and to see if he can get any last words out of him, get him to safety, but no, he's gone. Jethro reaches to his comms and, Command, can you hear us? Are you still there? Scheiße. I had a feeling once when we went through we would lose contact with them. All right, it's time to go back. Dang it, they were all cut down before they could make it back to the gateway. So Jethro heads back to where they came from. As he gets there, he can see that the gate is closed. The portal is no longer open. And in there is one kind of beefy, ripped vampire ghoul, and then another kind of moderate one that he's encountered so far, at the beefy one being the king, if you can see that. So yeah, I'm gonna take some damage from that one, but that's okay. In a fit of rage and anger, Jethro just opens fire on these 2. He takes out the 6, no problem. As he does, his shots hit into the beefcake, and chunks of flesh are flying off. But with how bigger this one is, it doesn't slow down, and it comes up and it shoulder tackles him. He flies back, crashing into a stone statue of one of the Egyptian elves. It cracks the stone legs of it, and it starts to fall over, and he barrel rolls out of the way. The beefcake starts to come in onto him, and he gets clawed into the shoulder, but then he puts the shotgun barrel under its chin, and boom. So, the king is dead. Jethro will take 3 damage from that one. Luckily, I have a health potion right here. In the video, the guy didn't say that you couldn't use a health thing. So, like, I'm at 17, and this is a 4, so technically it would put me at 21, but you can't go above 20. But he didn't say that you couldn't use it still to get back. You just wouldn't exceed. So that's what I'm thinking you can do. So I'll use that one. Get me back up to 20. There it is. This started off really rough, but he's staying pretty healthy now. Jethro pauses, and then in the distance, he can hear dozens of these things clattering on the walls, on the ceilings. He looks up, and on the kind of glass, the glass ceiling, I'm sure they have a fancy term for it, like, the night viewer, but up on the glass ceiling, up on the roof, he can see multiples of these things kind of clawing, scratching into the glass. All right. This place is a kill box. I gotta get out of here. I gotta find... There's gotta be somebody left, right? Gosh, I hope so. I need to find a way to get back home. So he starts running to find the exit of the museum. As he does, he is ambushed by 3 of the vampiric ghouls. His shotgun is running low, so on the way, he picks up, exchanging it for one of the machine guns of his fallen comrades, and he just opens fire, lighting up these 3 before they have time to do anything. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. Okay, looks like I'm gonna lose my good attack power. It was bound to happen eventually. He moves past their lead-riddled bodies, strafing through the hallways. He can hear some clattering, their claws scraping against the smooth stone of the museum. But he can see it. He can see the main entrance in sight. But before he can get to it, one leaps from the side and goes to tackle him. It takes him down to the ground, but he gets on top and just opens fire right into its face. So yeah, that too didn't stand a chance. Okay. So I have 2 attacks and a 9 health. Let's replace my good weapon, good attack with the 4, then replace that one with the 5 so that I can hang on to this 9 of health. Whew, that's what we're gonna get. Oh, oh, oh no. Oh boy. Yikes. Yeah, so yeah, kings are 13 and then aces are 14. Okay. As Jethro runs, getting closer to the main door, 3 beefcake vampiric ghouls show up, one coming from behind, and it slams him down, pinning him to the ground. He bats its arm away as the other one comes and backhands him. He flies over, crashing through a kind of window display case, sliding across the floor. He's all cut up. Let's stop there and do this. So let's do we want to try and save the ace for next round? Because I might get a higher attack card. I think that's going to be the best option. So as one of the beefcakes jumps down and pounces near him, he uses his axe as his gun has slid away. He chops into its arm, reels back, chops down onto the shoulder. It digs its massive claws up into the ribs. He pulls it out and boom, headshot, boom, headshot. And then it finally goes down on the 3rd swing. So, the jack, that is going to be 11 minus 5. That's going to be 6 damage. Okay. 6. That will put me at 14. And then the queen, that's going to be 12 minus 5, so that will be 7. So then that will put me at 7 health. Jethro scurries over, kind of barrel rolls over the machine gun, picking it back up as he does, as this other beefcake starts to come towards him. They are a bit slower than their smaller counterparts, which gives him enough time to pump some in before it grabs him and bites down into the same shoulder. Why is it always the same one? And as it does, he just unloads the full magazine into its belly and chest, and it recoils off and falls over dead. And so that was the queen. And then with the final turn of this round, we will use that health potion, get 9 back. I can math. That's going to be 16. Okay. Please give me a good attack. Please give me a good attack. Okay, better. Oh, and another jack. Before Jethro has time to finish off the last beefcake, another one crashes in through the main entry door windows, hearing the commotion that was going on inside. It kind of slides on the smooth stone a little bit, and Okay. First, let's get that 6 attack. Every little bit helps. And then... yeah, let's... I should probably get rid of this ace before it's too late. No, let's deal with the jack first. Cause yeah, if the ace is still there when I hit that kind of winning mark, you know, you don't have to, whatever's there, you don't have to worry about. So yeah, if I could just not worry about that, that'd be great. Needing to get out of here as fast as possible, Jethro ignores the other beefcake as it kind of charges. He runs and dodges, it jumps and misses, and he engages with this other one, the jack. He whips out the magazine, slams in a fresh one, starts going to town on it. It gets him with some good claw strikes. So 11 minus 6, that's going to be 5 damage, putting me at 11. I'm not even going to change it because I have this 5 health potion. Boom. So basically, I canceled out the damage from that beefcake. Oh, buddy. We have caused a lot of ruckus here. I am not surprised so many beefcakes are starting to show up. Yeah, I got a queen. Okay. Okay, so first things first, as he's making his way to the door, kind of another smaller one is kind of like, it's curious about what's going on, but it's not urgently rushing in. So as he exit the broken glass doors, he just unleashes a few rounds into its noggin. 6 beats 6. Then, you know what? No, yeah, we're gonna deal with take out the queen. The other beefcake that arrived, he unloads some rounds into it, but then it, because the magazine's empty, so he's out of backup magazine, so he throws the gun down, brings out the axe, and finishes it off in a brutal but straightforward fashion that Jethro does. But in the process, the brute ends up slamming him down onto the stone steps, throwing him across. He kind of crashes into, museums typically have like those stone lions out front, but instead of lions, they are chimera. And so he crashes into like its tail, knocking the snake head one off. Oh, yeah, I broke something. All right. Leave me alone. And as it comes towards him, he brings the axe into the side of its head. And the queen is dead once more. So that's 12 minus 6. That's going to be 6 damage, putting me at 10. 10, there's 10. Final turn of the round, use the 6 health potion. Thank you, health potions. That puts me up to 16. I guess I didn't have to really change it then, but that's okay. That's all right. Yes, he finishes that one off. He takes off running through the streets. It looks very much like a like a big city, like, you know, Chicago. Um, I consider Louisville to be a big city, but, you know, it has that cityscape vibe to it, but instead of like our metal, like skyscrapers and whatnot, there's really no skyscrapers, but there are tall stone buildings around. As he's running through these city streets, there are there's decayed skeletal bones here, there, everywhere. There's more of these dead things. You know, dead vampiric ghouls. Looks like they've been dead for a long while. And then as he's running through up on some of the buildings on the side of them, he can see them kind of crawling around, sniffing, looking for food. Can he get to safety? Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, well. As he goes through the city streets, out of a very ornate, kind of covered, like governor's wagon transport, one of the ghouls crawls out and starts coming towards him. They engage in a scuffle. Jethro takes a couple more stabs into his legs, and probably one slice across the chest before he finishes it off. 6 versus 8. So I will lose 2 health. It's going to put me at 14. Oh, gosh. I really don't want to lose this 6. Oh, but I'm going to no matter what. Ew. Okay. Yeah, I think I did this right. If not, you know, have fun with it. Because I don't remember him saying you had to finish off all the monsters first to then clear the round. It just said you had to deal with 3 cards. So I'm sure I'm doing this right. But either way, this has been really fun. Oh, Jethro, I don't think you're going to make it out of this. I really don't want to take the damage from that ace, especially being at 14. Because, let's see, if that's 14 minus 6, that's, that would be 8 damage to me. That'd be really low, and it looks like I got enough for one last dungeon. Whew, okay. All right. I'm doing it. I'm being a madman. All right. So Jethro is sick and tired of these things already, and he's only been in this new world for like an hour or two. It's just been a constant onslaught of these things. So as this beefcake is kind of hounding him down, he stops, turns and faces it, grips his axe tight, grits his teeth. All right, big guy, let's go. And they engage in a hefty, hearty battle, each taking big wounds before Jethro finishes it off with a good decapitation. I just want to double check my math because, as I mentioned earlier, my brother stole it all. 14 minus 6, it is 8. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to take 8 damage. 14 minus 8. Oh, it's going to leave me with 4? No, 6. Because 6 plus 4 would be 10, and then the last 4 of the 8. Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 6. Beefcake is dead. I'm going to have to lose my good attack power. I'd rather have 3 than 2. Which, thematically, this works out really well. I mean, he's exhausted. He's been on the move. He's been slashed. He's been bit, thrown, slammed. So, we do the last 1, 2, 3. He was so close to getting out. So close to beating the dungeon. Oh, Jethro. Yeah. So that's a 7, 10, and an ace. And I have an attack of 3 with 6 health. Well, let's close it out, shall we? Breathing heavy. Instead of running, he's now just trotting through the streets. He gets attacked by 1. Let's see, 7 minus 3. That's going to be 4 damage. That leaves him with 2 health. He takes another deep gash in and barely manages to finish that one off. He pushes through the doorway of this building so that he can get some reprieve. If he could just find a place to hide, he knows he could get away from these things. He just needs time, just a moment to heal and rest. And he gets in, closes the door behind him. He's so tired he can't grip the axe, so it starts to like just drag. He won't let go of it though. And he comes in through this house, and he comes through the hallway. To his right is the big living room area, and inside, as he kind of hits that intersection, he sees, I mean, that's a 10. So he sees 2 more brutes of these vampiric ghouls. And he just laughs to himself. You gotta be shitting me. All right. And he readies himself. You wanna go? Let's go. And he rushes in towards them as they both stomp and pound and bully their way towards him. And the camera will pan out from the house window, zooming up out of the city, and you can see that some buildings are on fire. A lot of them are kind of decayed and falling apart. Some of the taller ones in the distance have, fallen over and crashed into each other or on top of other smaller buildings. And all the while you can see, kind of peppered throughout, a ghoul here, vampiric swarm there. And with that, Jethro is no more. Dude, this was fun. Okay, honestly, like this was a blast. Oh my gosh, what a brilliant system. I don't think the guy mentioned whoever came up with it. Whoever came up with Scoundrel, bless you, sir or madam. That was good. And it's simple. I'm sure the games can go by a lot faster if you're not narrating them like I do. But ooh. There we go. But yeah, something as simple as a deck of cards, which pretty much everybody in existence has a deck of cards in their random junk drawer somewhere. Even the pioneers back in the day, as they rode around on their rocks and their boulders, they had decks of cards. They did. Probably not the cavemen. I'll give you that one. Actually, I know they didn't. They were so dumb. They got better. That was good. What time is it? Basically 8:20. And I started about 7:10. So yeah, with the cinematics and flair, that took me roughly an hour 10 to get through. I don't have to be at work till 10. So I mean, I could do another one. I could do another go. I think I'll leave it there. This was good. This was fun. Oh man, that was so much fun. And yeah, it's just find you a deck of cards. You can try to spruce it up with a way that you like. Shuffle better than me. Because I can't do that thing where they, you flip them and it's like, yeah, I can't do that. I don't have the dexterity for that, or I don't know. So I just do the old fashioned little boop-de-bops. But fear not, I won't end the stream here now that I'm done playing. I can talk to you for a little bit if you would like. What's been going on? So yeah, I mentioned the game con that I went to. I don't know if I should say anything, but I'll keep it vague. We have been contacted by two different groups, two different peoples about partnering, collabing, doing stuff with I'll tell you the other one because I don't think it's that big of a deal. But there's a event coming up in December. I think it's over in Louisville, Kentucky, called the Midwinter Marketplace, and it almost seems like the hosts of it reached out to us. So we're thinking that it's the people that ran the anime fests. And because I mean, it could have been, a patron that we talked with while we were there, or even another vendor. But this Midwinter Marketplace sounds really fun. It's almost like they're going to set it up like a real fantasy marketplace. So there will be, people selling, come get potions and, enchanted swords. And they like for you to dress up. So we don't have a lot of time, but we're gonna try to crunch out some costumes so that we can go. We're not sure what they want to do with us. I'm thinking like maybe running a one shot or two while there, which would be awesome. Because I love introducing new people to D&D. Because it really is. There was a guy yesterday at the game con, and he said the most offensive thing that I've ever heard in my life. He said, yeah, I kind of forget the rules to D&D because I only really get to play like once every 6 months. Bro, every 6 months? So like twice a year you play D&D? I barely go a week without D&D, and I start getting the itch, and my teeth feel funny. My head starts to feel groggy and foggy. Yeah, like I need weekly doses of D&D, or I would die. So how would you go 6 months? Ugh, ooh. Bless you, sir. May God shine his face upon you. So yeah, we got this midwinter marketplace thing coming up. So come out to it, and you'll probably see us there. We have applied for a booth at the Columbus, Ohio GalaxyCon, which would be sick dope nasty if we got in. Because one, it's a big con. We've never done a multi-dayer before, so that would be interesting. I think we have enough stuff to make it through like a day and a half. So I don't know if we would be there. I mean, I guess we could still be at the table without merch and just talk to people, but you gotta have merch. But we'll figure that one out. The bad thing about it is, I mean, given its bigger size, there's a wait list for where we want to set up our table, and the answer I got to, when would we know? They basically said it could be the day before the event starts. Oh, I need more planning than that. So I'm going to have to talk with the Trinity here at the Inquisition to get their thoughts on a thought of mine on how to proceed with that. So we got that coming up. And even if we don't get a booth, I know I'm still going to go because Weird Al's going to be there. And I need a photograph of us together. I need this. And I don't really get in line to talk to them at the tables, where you can actually interact with them, because I don't know if you all have ever been to a con, but the photo ops, it really is get in, snap, get out, which I can't fault them for. I mean, some of the lines for the photo ops can be crazy long. And but yeah, I gotta meet Weird Al. And I would wait through whatever line he had to get to his table so I could talk with him for just mere moments. He's a legend. In other news, I'm still job hunting. Courtney's job hunting. Not sure what's going on. I guess they just don't want to hire experienced people anymore. Because if I can talk, if I had applied to like 4 or 5 places and didn't hear anything back, be like, okay, But it's been dozens, and none of them have gotten back, and it's weird. There's something going on with the businesses in general. I don't know what the solution is, and this is more of a beep boop bop kind of topic. But I've been playing Final Fantasy VII on the Xbox X, the original Final Fantasy VII, not the remake, and it's been awesome. I tried to beat this game multiple times in my youth, and I would get stuck at the same spot every time because it said that, oh yeah, you gotta get this key card, and no joke, I think the answer that I had to do was to go through this sideway to get up to this other floor. Like, how easily I got past it during this playthrough was crazy. After I finish it, I think I will transfer over to the PS4. Hopefully it can survive long enough for me to finish playing, but I'm going to start and play through Red Dead 2, which I'm very excited for. I've heard immensely good things about that one. If you have any video game recommendations, yeah, let me know in the comments. You know, for as long as this live one stays up. Goodness gracious. And then I do need a new anime to watch. I do have an anime list, but yeah, if you have any animes that you love, let me know. Once again, put those in the comments as well. Yeah, you know, I think with that, I will bid you all adieu. This was fun. I hope to have whoever watches this that they get a kick out of this solo play, and honestly, have fun with it. Narrate whatever you're doing. I'm sure it would still be fun to just do it because, I mean, that was intense. I was so close to death so many times at the beginning, and then I hit like this easy middle streak, and then just got wrecked at the end. He almost made it through the dungeon. That was good. That was fun. All right, you inquisitors. Be sure to like, subscribe, do the social media things you know how to do. We're on all the socials pretty much. We're on Spotify, Apple. I think we're back on at Amazon, maybe. But honestly, check out our Redbubble page because the merchandise on there, all things considered, is really not that expensive. Stickers typically run, especially if you get multiples like I do all the time, they run like $1.50 each, you know, $1.75, somewhere in there. And the quality that Redbubble does is insane, and they ship it so fast. We are not sponsored by Redbubble. It'd be sick, dope, nasty if we did, because I will forever hype them up because of this. I had ordered a hat to have something on it, our logo or whatever, and I get this email back, and they're like, hey, it's not coming out up to the quality that we want to give to you, so, you know, here's the full refund back. And I guarantee you, if it was any other company, they would have been like, print it and ship it. He's getting what he paid for. And the fact that Redbubble did that was amazing. But with that, I will bid you all adieu. Tune in next time, and remember that freedom always crits. Bye.